Once upon a time, in a cozy little town, lived Garfield, the lazy orange cat who loved lasagna more than anything else in the world. Not too far away, in the magical forest, lived Totoro, the gentle giant with a fuzzy tummy who could make the trees move and the wind blow. One sunny day, while Garfield was lounging on his favorite couch dreaming about lasagna, a gust of wind blew through the window, carrying a tiny blue hat. He lazily opened one eye and saw the hat float around and land right on his nose. "What kind of hat is this?" Garfield mumbled as he took a closer look. On the hat, he saw a small note that read, "Help me please, Totoro." Intrigued and slightly annoyed at having his nap interrupted, Garfield reluctantly decided to investigate. He stretched, yawned, and with a heavy sigh, stepped out of his house. "I hope this Totoro has some lasagna," he grumbled. Meanwhile, in the forest, Totoro was in trouble. The mischievous soot sprites had stolen his magical acorn, and without it, he couldn't make the forest healthy again. Totoro sat on his bushy tail, looking worried. Suddenly, he heard a rustling in the bushes. Out walked Garfield, looking quite out of place with a tiny blue hat perched on his head. "Are you Totoro?" Garfield asked with a hint of impatience. Totoro nodded sadly and explained the situation. Garfield, who usually preferred napping to any sort of adventure, felt a strange tug at his heart. "Well, I guess I can help find this acorn," he said with a reluctance that was betrayed by a glimmer of curiosity in his eyes. Together, they ventured deeper into the forest. Garfield, with his keen sense of smell, led the way, while Totoro used his magical powers to move obstacles and calm the winds. They followed a trail of acorn crumbs left by the soot sprites until they reached a large tree stump. "They must be hiding it in there," exclaimed Garfield. With a little bit of effort and some magical help from Totoro, they managed to retrieve the magical acorn. Totoro's eyes sparkled with gratitude. With the acorn back in his hands, he performed a little spell, and immediately, the forest started to bloom with colors. Flowers blossomed, trees swayed happily, and a gentle breeze filled the air with a sweet scent. Totoro handed Garfield a small gift, a tiny golden acorn. "Thank you, Garfield. This is a special acorn that will bring you happiness." Garfield smiled, realizing that helping Totoro had been more fulfilling than 100 naps. Plus, Totoro did have some delicious treats to share. The two new friends enjoyed a wonderful picnic, celebrating their new friendship in the restored forest.